All right. So now we're going to just look at a variety of more complex expressions. So we're going to spend a lot of time with the try it under example 3 on page 235. So we're going to take turns solving some problems, and we're going to go kind of out of order. So I'm going to work out question A. So we're trying to find the sum. So let's see. We're already adding the two expressions. I'm going to look for things that are like terms. I'm going to look for like terms. So our first term is 9.74c. I don't see any other c's in the expression. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that one down. Okay. Then we have some constants. So we have negative 250.5, and we have positive 185.7. And the only other term we have in our expression is negative 5.48p. It's the only term that has p as a variable. So I'm going to write that next. Since it's negative, I'm just going to write minus 5.48p. And now I'm going to group my constants together. So negative 250.5 plus 185.7. And I'm going to type that in my calculator. So negative 250.5 plus 185.7. Now, because I'm running out of room on my little screen here, I'm going to just subtract. I'm going to get rid of that writing and replace it with the answer. I get negative 64.8. So I'm going to write negative 64.8. All right. So now I want you to take a moment and try question C. I want you to add those, write your answer in standard form, and then we'll check our answers here. All right. So question C, we start off with a variable b, but there's only one variable b. So we'll start with negative 14.2b. We do have some constants next, so I'm going to circle all mine in red. And then we have more like terms, but with the variable d, so I'm going to circle those. All right. Now, I'm not going to show every little piece, but if we combine those green parts, we have positive 6.76d minus 3.4d. That would be, let me make sure. Okay, I'm still in green. That would be positive 3.36d. And then if we look at our constants in red, we have negative 97.35 minus 118.7. That gives us minus 216.05. That should be your expression for question C in standard form. All right, I'm going to work out question D next. So, and I'm going to show you a slightly different way of working out these problems that my students last year really liked. You don't have to do it this way, but some of you may like it more. So, in this expression, I notice I am dealing with fractions, but I notice that I have like terms for everything. I have multiple constants, I have multiple m's, and I have multiple t's. Now, one strategy that's really nice when you have multiple of everything, and you can do it even if you don't have multiples of everything in the expression, you'll just have some little holes in it, is you can set up your expression vertically. So I'm going to erase what I've written, and that way I'll have more room. So I'm going to look at my first parentheses, and I'm going to write it in standard form. So negative 1/6 m plus 5t plus 3/8. Then underneath that, I'm going to write my other expression also in standard form. So that would be positive 7/10. Oops. I wrote too low, so I'm going to delete everything and move it up a little bit. Okay, that should be enough room now, so let's keep going. We've got the plus 7/10 m plus 9t plus 1/4. And now I'm just going to treat this like regular addition. So 3/8 plus 1/4. You can use a calculator if you want. I have a little bit of a brain fog today, so I am going to be using a calculator. That would be 5/8. 5t plus 9t would be 14t. And then negative 1/6 plus 7/10. So let's write that in our calculator. Negative 1/6 plus 7/10 would be positive 8/15 m. My 15 got kind of cut off there. So that's the process, or a process, that you can use for adding expressions. Now, what I'd like you to do is I want you to solve part B. I want you to add those expressions, and I want you to write your answer in standard form, because you can use a calculator if you have fractions, like with that x term there. Keep them as fractions and write them in simplest form. So I'm going to solve part B vertically as well. So we've got 2/11 x minus 5y minus 3. Then our second expression has negative 3/11 x plus 5y plus 5.5. All right. So starting at the right, if I do negative 3 plus 5.5, I get positive 2.5. Negative 5y plus 5y would just be 0y. So instead of writing anything, because I want my answer in standard form, I'm just going to cross that out. All right. So now 2/11 minus 3/11. That should be negative 1/11 x. So this would be your answer in standard form, negative 1/11 x plus 2.5.